The Spirit of Discovery was a scout ship, tasked with charting the stars and exploring alien worlds. As such, weirdness was the norm for the crew. They were all explorers at heart who found great joy in the unexpected. Except when the unexpected was their communication system encountering an unexplainable issue as they orbited an inhabitable planet. Captain Urza was growing rather nervous. "You're certain there is not material deficiency?" "I checked 3 times. The problem is on the software side." "Yes, but the IT team checked 3 times too, and everything works fine on their end." "Then I don't know why it isn't working." "Well, you better find out quickly, because this is one of the best candidates for colonization we've found in years." It was a bit unlike her to be so demanding, but the circumstances were really unusual. A critical system breaking down right as they approached this planet. It couldn't be a coincidence. Was it a dormant virus? She couldn't fathom why someone would want to prevent people from finding this planet. There was nothing on it. No military black site, no illegal drug labs, no secret resorts for the ultra-rich, not even a village of primitive sapiens. It was just a planet, with a lot of fauna and flora, sure, but that was it. "Captain, you have to see this." It seemed not even the mysterious problem could stop the enthusiasm of the research team. "Is it really more important than the communication issue?" "Well, it's not like you've made much progress on that for the last hour anyway." She hated that they were right. "Fine. What did you find?" "A sapient. Or at least an animal wearing clothes." "Really? What level of clothes are we talking about? A beast's hide?" "More like something that would require actual industry to create. At least it looks like it. The picture was taken from a drone, so the resolution isn't the best." "The survivor of a crash, then?" "No, their species is unknown to the Federation." "So what, then?"
"A crucial mistake on our part."
Who said that?" She didn't recognize the voice, but it was her native tongue, and she was the only speaker of that language on board.
"Over here."
The voice was coming out of the comm array, but it was supposed to be out of commission. "Who are you?"
"We call ourselves humans, and are the inhabitants of the planet below you. By successfully identifying one of us as sapient, you have shown us a great flaw in our methods of hiding, and for that we are grateful."
"Are you the ones who hacked our comms?"
"Who else? Once we realized you got pictures of one of us, preventing any form of leak was a necessity."
"But why? You want to stay hidden, that much is clear. But I assure you that the universe is vast and beautiful. We come from the Federation, a group—"
"I'm going to stop you right there. If you are under the impression that we stay confined to our single planet, know that you are wrong. We explored and expanded into an area of the galaxy way bigger than you. As for the Federation, we are perfectly aware of it. I would even say that we know what's happening there better than the federal government."
"But then, why did we never detect you before?"
"Because we stayed hidden."
"Why? If you say the truth, you must be way more powerful than us."
"It's not of you that we are afraid. Let me tell you a story, Captain, and to your whole crew as well. I advise you to remember it well, because it will all be wiped from this ship's databanks. Once upon a time, there was a young species of primates who were eager to explore the stars much like you. Maybe even more than you, actually, because they started sending probes to explore their solar system long before it could bring them material profit. For a century, they accumulated data, with more and more sophisticated scanners, and they figured out a lot about the world they lived in. But a few things weren't adding up with the 2nd and 4th planet in their system. They were in the habitable zone, but as welcoming as the depths of hell. Venus in particular was almost comedically hostile. Nightmarish pressure, infernal temperature, demonic volcanic activity, clouds of sulfuric acid, and no magnetic field whatsoever, in complete opposition to planetary formation models. Except one day they found proof that the planet had a magnetic field only 10 million years ago. It was incomprehensible. They were clearly missing some crucial elements, and the clues kept adding up, not only for Venus but Mars too. Their neighbors were inhabitable a few million years ago, a blink of an eye in the life of a star.
Not only had something recently rendered them lifeless, but made it look like they had been in that state for billions of years. So our primates started to suspect that maybe the reason wasn't entirely natural, and decided to be more careful of the stars. Of course, they didn't immediately go into hiding so thoroughly as we are now, but they minded their emissions much more. And on the other hand, they expanded their observations capacity substantially. They stopped talking and started listening, and soon they heard. They were not alone in the galaxy. Everywhere around them, other civilizations were blooming. Of course, the urge to reach out was strong, but they resisted, just in case. Because some things were still not adding up. It soon became clear that Mars had been sterilized 2 million years before Venus. Not only that, but all these new civilizations had emerged at the same time as them. But that didn't make sense. A few million years, that's nothing on the scale of evolution. So they came to a conclusion. There was something, or someone, that eradicated all visible civilizations every few million years. And that's why you didn't join the Federation? Do not be mistaken, Captain. The organization that was created in these times was not the Federation, but the Galactic Forum. Never heard of it. And why might that be? Urzel gasped in realization. You don't mean... When the time came, something wiped out every single species in the Galactic Forum. What, exactly, we aren't sure. We were too busy staying hidden and praying for our lives. But in the aftermath, we did find a few traces. A few new planets rendered lifeless, and many having simply suffered a mass extinction, simply from a volcanic winter, an asteroid, things like that. We also knew that we had just earned millions of years of respite, so we put it to good use. We developed our civilization, hidden under the crusts of planets, deep in the atmosphere of gas giants or on rogue planets, traveling the galaxy in an eternal night. We have eyes and ears everywhere now. Though you never noticed us, we observe the development of each and every species from the Stone Age to the stars. And our technology has progressed a lot too. By now, it is incomprehensibly advanced compared to yours. Can you even imagine how much progress we have made in millions of years? You can't, that was rhetorical. Anyway, the next galactic reaping, as we call these events, is now coming close. This time we will observe and learn the nature of our enemy. Should we consider our victory assured, we will intervene in your favor, but be aware that it is unlikely. I hope you won't resent us for that, but we prefer to live on to fight another day, rather than die for nothing. We can, however, deliver some advice. In fact, that is why we chose to contact you. It may not be too late to hide. Not the entire Federation, unfortunately, but small pockets. If you want to ensure the survival of your civilization, consider dedicating your life to building those. We will provide you with a list of locations where you will be able to find proof of the Reaping's existence, so that you will have a basis to defend the necessity of these measures. Of course, should you directly reveal what happened today, we will have no choice but to conceal the leak. And the more the word spreads, the more severe the measures we will have to take to remove it. So for your sake, keep your mouth shut. It would be unfortunate for us to resort to the same methods as our enemies, just to protect our existence.